it's Azazel here back with another video. Today we're going to be doing another part to the What If Naruto was in HSDXD. Again, go show your support to the person who actually wrote this. He does have or at least he writes scripts for another channel, so if you're interested, go check out the link in the description below. Yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video.
Beheaded, yeah.
Do have days like this again. Naruto was unsure of what to make all of it. This peacefulness. Not even a day ago, he flew face first into a worldwide war, facing Armageddon itself in the face-off against Madara and Kaguya. All of that ending in an instant, and ultimately arrived in a different world. He gazed out of the window, watching as school students passed by, going along with their daily routines. I wonder how things are going back in my previous world. It was clear to the rest of the Grimory household that Naruto was still trying to adjust to his new situation. This world was too different from what the shinobi was used to. He sighed before stepping away from the window and faced the rest of them.
So, about joining, how does that work?
Kaneko rubbed her hair a bit while biting into a chocolate bar.
You die.
The fire in Naruto's eyes immediately jolted to a rambunctious ignition. The white-haired lolly's nonchalant answer completely dumbfounded him. His fists balled up against his palm as regret began to take over.
If that's the case, then I don't know if I can join you after all.
Akano gently tapped the top of Kaneko's head, and Rias began to re-clarify precisely how this works. She sighed before she continued with the explanation.
Don't fret. Though that is the short of it, you will technically die. But in truth, we accept you as one of us, and you will be reborn as a demon. The dying process is instantaneous, as it is as if it never happened to even begin with.
Despite everything else, Naruto couldn't even begin to process the words that had escaped the crimson-haired woman's lips. However, one word stood out for Naruto. The fact that Rias just scrolled past it with her casual dialect threw him off completely.
Demon? What do you exactly mean by that?
Simultaneously, the group before Naruto fluttered their ebony black demonic wings before him.
What I mean is quite literally what the word implies. We are demons, through and through.
Naruto took a few steps back. Reality as he knew it was a jumble of ridiculous concepts tangled in a knot, and he couldn't figure it out. He shook his head no a few times and evaded out through the window behind him. Everyone but Rias jolted forward before the crimson-haired maiden's arm stopped them in their tracks.
Give him time. It's obvious that all of this is confusing him. And truly, what happened to my charisma? Why am I forcing myself onto him like this?
She sighed, letting out a remainder of her frustrations. She pointed her finger up at what seemed like nothing before her bat familiar appeared along her fingertip.
Please watch over him, will you? Something tells me we'll need to be there for him soon.
Meanwhile, a flicker of light zipped by the local populace. It was too fast to be caught by a naked eye, but the origin of the beam was Naruto traveling at light speeds in a sage mode. He couldn't put his finger on it, but he hasn't been this lost since he was but a child. Naruto took advantage of this situation to learn about his summonings in the next upcoming hours. Those hours passed in no time. Naruto found himself atop a skyscraper, overseeing the mystery world before him. I guess it ain't that bad here. This view is amazing, but still, I need to find a way to get back home. A way back home, you say? A mysterious male voice rang uncomfortable vibrations through the shinobi's ears. Immediately, Naruto was on edge, facing the origin of the voice. His eyes were met with pure black feathered wings, and the human donning those wings wore a fedora along his suit coat. His hands were held tightly together behind his back. As of right now, he showed no signs of hostility, only eeriness. the mysterious winged cretin before Naruto bared his teeth with a proud smile as he gazed down at the boy. Great, another demon. Demon? I believe you have me mistaken, young boy. For you see, I'm nothing like those sorry excuses of an existence you call demons. I'm a fallen angel. The self-proclaimed fallen angel bowed while tipping his hat to Naruto. The black-winged man flicked his fingers, tossing his hat right at Naruto. He simply activated Sage Mode, and he could sense the negative emotion that dwelled around the angel. However, it felt far different from Madara's. It was uglier, darker. Naruto couldn't quite tell what was up with it, but it was enough to distract him from the danger that approached. Before Naruto could even react, they were already 2 light spears shoved into his kneecaps. The pain was minimal, but it was still unexpected for him to be caught off guard like that. Naruto simply grabbed the spears, pulling them out of his legs, and they regenerated instantly. After emptying the gap they left behind, using the spears, Naruto chucked one at the Dark Angel, where he simply dodged. However, that same spear transformed into another. Naruto knew he'd thrown a Rasen Shuriken from behind the angel. The Rasen Shuriken clipped his wings like butter, and he immediately fell, face-planting into the roof they were battling on. Naruto meandered his way to the fallen angel, stabbing his own light spear into his back, mounting to him where he landed. The merciless shinobi crouched in front of his perpetrator, his eyelids slightly closed from not only the boredom but newfound disappointment in his opponent. Several hours. I've been stuck in this world, this new world I know nothing about, for several hours now. And here I thought I'd get a chance to take the frustrations out. I guess not everything is as pleasing as they come off in their first appearance. Naruto gazed off to the sunset, still crouching over the wingless angel. Tell me, who sent you? The mysterious angel spat blood onto Naruto's shoes. This didn't impress the Genin in the slightest, as he kicked the angel's teeth in. Don't get your disgusting blood on me, swine! He grasped the angel by his scalp, lifting him up slowly as he'd slide the angel's body upwards along the light spear. Now, I want you to answer me properly this time. Gazed into the eyes of the fallen angel. Naruto's eyes revealed the beast residing inside of him to the stranger, causing him to go mad. Naruto dropped him back onto the roof's ground. As he did, the angel began slamming his head against the concrete roof, hoping to just take himself out that way. Though due to his angelic biology, simply elements such as that weren't going to do much. He'd sooner break a hole through the ceiling before him. Quit your whining, and just answer my question, you useless bird! Naruto grabbed hold of what's left of the wings as he began to pull, slowly ripping the roots of the wings off of his back. Alright, I'll tell you. You devil, I'm part of the fallen angels. I'm only out here to kill those who have been in contact with the demons, or those who are demons. Those demons again, honestly. Naruto gazed down at the fallen angel once again. How annoying. Naruto let go of him once before kicking the spear, the rest of the way through him before pulling him out. It would be the only way to take it out of the stranger without killing him. Leave. Leave before I change my mind about sparing your life. Naruto turned his back against the fallen angel, a grave mistake, as suddenly there was some sort of a force causing Naruto to fly backward. When he stopped, there was a horn of black flames that stabbed through the blonde's chest. However, Naruto successfully managed to wrap the Kyuubi cloak around the fire, making sure it wouldn't spread before chuckling what was left of the Kyuubi cloak on the floor. Backing away from the entity that caused the damage, his eyes widened and goosebumps arose from every pore. He couldn't believe his eyes, but the person that stood before him was Sasuke. Sasuke stood there with his Rinnegan. His arm was completely white as hell, as if it was entirely covered by sort of vanilla white gauntlet. The black-haired shinobi's lips twisted to a conniving grin as he revealed his fallen angel wings. Divide. Sasuke's arm spoke, and Naruto all of a sudden felt heavier, as if he was only half as powerful in every single way. Divide. 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 The gauntlet spoke out repeatedly, and with each divide that rang out into Naruto's ears, he could feel himself grow weaker and weaker. Even the tailed beasts residing in Naruto were feeling the same way as well, until Naruto finally landed on his knees, His sage mode wisped away with the wind. One last flame fluttered out of Naruto's skin before he was utterly helpless before the overpowering stature of Sasuke Uchiha. You were always a fool. Naruto, finally, I found a world where true power lies. Here I can revel in the fact that I can truly gain true power. I pity you, Naruto. You were always behind me, and now you're not even strong enough to be considered beneath me. You are nothing. Shinra. Tensei! An almighty force pushed Naruto off the skyscraper. He hit his head against the curbside of the roof, knocking him unconscious as he fell to his doom. There was no strength left in Naruto, and the tailed beasts were helpless since the fighting of the White Dragon Imperator affected them as well. Even though it wouldn't be his permanent downgrade, it was still more than enough time to last the trip from the sky to the floor. When Naruto's eyes opened, all he could see was a deep crimson hair before him. Hair that could only be described as being the same color as blood. However, the more he regained his consciousness, the more he realized the situation he was in. He was back in a cult research club building, and Ria slept there beside Naruto, completely bare. She had one leg straddled over his pelvis and held the boy tightly in her sleep. Though, for as much as Naruto would usually freak out to a scenario like this, he was too busy dealing with the headache he was currently undergoing. He couldn't remember at all what had happened to him before he got to where he is now. Rias! The crimson-haired mistress opened her eyes gently, smiling down at the boy as she adjusted herself.
Good morning, sleepyhead. How are you doing?
Naruto's entire body was completely relaxed and light. He closed his eyes for a bit to give himself time to remember what happened. That's when a single flash image of Sasuke appeared in his memory.
Sasuke!
Naruto instantly picked himself up off the couch and stood up. Instantly, he grew lightheaded and leaned off on the coffee table for support.
Where's Sasuke?
Rias blinked a few times, unsure of who he was talking about.
Naruto, you should relax. Your body has yet to get used to the fact that you've been reincarnated yet. And no, I don't know who this Sasuke is.
Naruto's eyes widened, and he turned to face Rias.
Reincarnated? You don't mean...
At that moment, a pair of wings sprang out of Naruto's back, revealing themselves before him and Rias. Naruto couldn't believe it. He's a demon now.
How? How could you do this to me?
Naruto drew out the Rasengan out of one of his palms. However, Rias retaliated with her typical calm stature.
You mean, you'd rather have been left out dead? On the pavement? You died 3 days ago, Naruto.
She revealed her bat familiar.
My familiar saved you and brought you to me. I simply did what I had to do to bring you back. How powerful you were back there. A mere human. Taking on a fallen angel the way you did? Unheard of. You should be proud.
Naruto sat onto the coffee table, holding his face with one of his hands. He couldn't believe it.
Sasuke was brought to this world, too, and killed him.
Not only was Naruto furious at Sasuke, but he was taking in everything at once as well, which on top of his raging headache made him want to bust out into a panic more than anything. Kiba entered the room.
Oh, finally awake, are we? It's nice to see you back from the dead again, Naruto.
The rest of the group entered shortly after, speaking along with the same things that Kiba had to say, checking up on Naruto's well-being and whatnot.
Thanks for looking out, but I need to get back out there. My friend, he's out there too.
Rias finished dressing herself, using magic circles to cover up herself. Right. His name was Sasuke, right? I saw him when he pushed you off the building. To think the White Dragon Emperor appealed already. I guess it's only a matter of time before the red Longinus sacred gear revealed itself. Well, regardless, your friend is a fallen angel now, and that makes him your enemy in this world. For what he did to you, I'm pretty sure you're not okay with that, though.
No.
Ria's eyes fluttered as they widened.
Excuse me?
He's not my enemy.
Sasuke's my best friend. I will bring him back to me, whatever the costs.
Rias crossed her legs and smiled at the boy.
What a foolish way of thinking. Even if you consider him a friend, obviously he doesn't share your feelings. Plus, how do you even think you'll fare against the wielder of the White Dragon Emperor?
Naruto didn't care about the adversity of the situation. He had to bring Sasuke back.
Naruto, starting today, you are a member of the Grimoire household. You will obey my orders. I own you now. Do not chase after Sasuke. You're too weak to do that anyway. There are plenty of things we must teach you before I allow you to go outside there again, understand? Grudgingly, the crimson-haired mistress made a valid point, even if Naruto did want to bring Sasuke back even by force. With what power he needed to find a way to beat Sasuke. But how? It didn't make the situation any less annoying. Naruto balled his fist and let off some steam after taking a few deep breaths, letting his annoyances pass him before listening to what Rias had to say. Yeah, I guess I do. Good. Tell you what. I like the name Naruto. I'll let you keep it.